Alright, good afternoon everyone, and welcome to another edition of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime decks. So today, as you guys can see, we're going to be going through my version of a Marik deck. Now this one is going to be a bit different than the three protagonists, like Yugi, Joy, and Kaiba, for some reasons. Marik, when it comes to villains, they usually only come out in one season. So it's kind of hard to manage their cards, especially if they haven't been printed out, in real life. So here you're gonna see a lot of duplicates. Number two, because Marik had rare hunters, I'm including the cards the rare hunters had. There might be some exceptions, but basically the majority of the rare hunters, it's like whatever I think is the best for this deck. But it's not super broken in comparison, like to destroy the others. Like, that one. So without further ado, let's go with this. I need to hurry up with this video again, but hopefully it'll be enough to go through everything. All right, so the first thing that has to go, the Winged Dragon of Ra. Though I still wish Joey would have won this card. Whatever, man, freaking love Joey. It's like he beat him. Come on, we all know he beat him. So, but first up, the Winged Dragon of Ra. And as we saw in the show, I also wanted to put the Winged Dragon of Ra Immortal Phoenix and the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode. Now I have some I forgot to mention this. I have some custom rules for these Egyptian god cards. Especially that's another reason why I put him like the original art and not with the effect. But I still like to play around with these, right? This card's freaking awesome. I love it. Next up, another card that people consider to be Marik's ace is not one but two Lava Golems. Again, the issue is not having enough cards, and I do not like Legendary Fiend. Alright, next up here is Hellblammer. Oh, did my family show up? Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna keep going, because I don't think that's them. Let's keep going. Next up is Hellblammer. Really like this card, and it was like the card presented on the Pharaonic Guardian, was it? I think so. Yeah, so here's another one, a tribute monster to have. Because right, we have two Lava Golems, and we also have the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode. So that's three cards that can sacrifice on your opponent's side of the field. That's pretty annoying. Then I went with three Granadora. It increases life points. It could also decrease life points. It is the 1900 beater. I did this to try to keep up with Yugi and Kaiba. But yeah, I cannot wait to try this deck with them. I hope I don't have to change this deck too much after that. Next up, Gilgarth, because I like the Ultra Rare version of it. It's a vanilla Fiend 1800 beater, so I went with this guy. And then this card is busted. Now you're gonna see why. This card's actually pretty strong, Jurigato. I went with 3 copies of this, also because I need cards that increase or decrease attack points, because we have one particular card, we're gonna get to it later, that that was released. That is not allowed in duels, but it's freaking fantastic. But I'll be using the anime effect on that particular trap card that I'm talking. You guys know what I'm talking about. Next up, Makura the Destructor, and I didn't realize this card had an errata. When the turn this card is sent to the graveyard, the owner of the card can activate trap cards from his or her hand. There was a particular errata. I'm so glad that I got the original one. Then we have Drillago. Man, sometimes your opponent has something strong on the field, you summon this, and bam, you strike at its life point, 1600. It's pretty good. Then Revival Gem, just because it's classic, because I usually do not pay the 1000 life points, but there are certain times where you might want to do that. But it's such an iconic card. Of course, these decks are also, I try to make them as shiny as possible. So I went with one Revival Gem. Then we have one New Doria card. There's a reason why I only went with one of these. And then there's also a reason why I went with not one, but 3 of these. Again, because I need cards that increase or decrease attack points. So yeah, so that is it for the lineup. As you can see, there's a lot of repeats. I didn't want to do that, but I kind of have to, so this deck can actually keep up with the others. Then we have Card of Sanctity, anime effect. Don't read that. Terrible effect. Just make it, the anime effect, and just write cannot be used in a duel. That's it. What's the problem with that? I don't get it. Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn, Premature Burial, and then see, this is the card that Marik never used, but his servant, the shot, oh my goodness, the Rare Hunters. There we go. Used it. 2 Mask of the Accursed. Usually when you summon Lava Golem, you kind of want to put this on that guy. just to mess with your opponent more. So 2 copies of this card. Then we still have 2 copies of Nightmare Steel Cage, just to stall out longer. Then we also have another Stally card. No monster on the field can attack during the same turn that they are normal summoned. So Lava Golem cannot attack vengeful. But wait, but you summon your opponent. Never mind. Just the point is, it takes longer to attack. Then we also have Black Pendant. Again, cards that increase or decrease attack points, and this one also has an effect that it decreases 500. You'll see Marik has this burn style with his deck as well. Lastly, same reason, never used. From what I remember, he never used it. Marik never used it. Mask of Brutality increases attack points. And then lastly, just because it looks so freaking cool, though I don't use it that much, but it could become in handy, discard 2 cards and target 1 spell card in your graveyard added to your hands. It's pretty good. Now this is the card I was talking about. This is why I needed cards that increase or decrease attack points. I will not be using this effect. The anime effect is whenever the attack points of a monster card changes, you can draw. Let me see. Go 0 and card effect, draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. So yeah, so more draw power from Marik. Then we have 1 copy of Mirror Force, 1 Malevolent Catastrophe, Dark Spell Regeneration, Nightmare Wheel, not 1 but 2. Oh, what the heck is it? Oh, there it is. There we go. 2 Nightmare Wheels. This is the original one that I had, you know, from all those like years of playing and stuff like that. And I just bought this one recently. This one looks a lot better. But same thing as the Mask of the Accursed. You equip it to a monster, cannot attack, and it loses. Your opponent loses life points per turn. And then 2 copies of Metal Reflex Slime. This card is very annoying, and it's so easy to summon this Egyptian God Slime. But once again, I just wanted to like even out the number of the monsters, spells, and traps. So I went with that's why I went with the duplicates. So this card. Dex has a lot of duplicates. It might be overpowered. I have to test it, but this is the way I like. This is the version that I like. So these are like the anime cards that he used. Let me put raw here. There we go. Now next up for this ginormous fusion. I actually have no idea what other fusion cards to put except 3 copies of Egyptian God Slime. Well, with this version of the 40 card deck, only 2 copies. We only have 2 Metal Reflex Slimes and no polymerization. But you know. With the side deck, we're gonna see that bam, we can, because we have Guardian Slime. It's pretty expensive, but I mean, come on, it's like clearly a Marik card, you know. But that's why it's out of the 40 card deck, because it's like a brand new support for him. So Guardian Slime, very good card. Next, Juano from YouTube, you were right. I do need to go with 3 Ra's Disciples, because sometimes you just need these Ra's Disciples to bring out Ra, so why not? And I mean, it looks so freaking cool, right? So I went with 3 copies of this. I also do like the holding legs and holding arms. These cards, I actually prefer the artwork for the Vizier Death, but these effects are better, so I went with these 2. And then lastly, 1 Reactor Slime. And another thing, I'm not putting Revival there, like the Jam Breeding Machine, but this one has it on the picture, has the Revivals there. This effect is a lot better. So you see a lot more support for Ra in the side deck. And then lastly, a card he never used, Humanoid Slime. I love him because it's got 2,000 defense points, so this is going to really help, and it's a water monster. It looks so freaking cool, even if it's common. I love it. Now here we go, more support for Ra, the True Sun God, Ancient Chant, Millennium Revelation. Yeah, so these 3 cards are more Ra support. Organize this. There we go. And then we have, I moved Bait Doll over here just because I wanted more to focus on like the burn aspect of it, and this is just like a troll card, you know, like it's a mystical space for trap cards basically, and you keep recycling on the deck. So I was like, you know what, let's just focus on that. But I still like this card, so I kept it on the side deck. And then lastly, a card that Odeon used, Judgment of Anubis. Now this is gonna be hard to pull because I think Yugi and Kaiba and Joey only has one. They only have 1 card in the entire deck that destroys. Oh, wait. Someone's calling me, so let me just hurry up. Judgment of Anubis, Odeon. Embodiment of Apopus, Odeon. Because I just didn't want to use the other Marik cards that I had selected. Even though they look cool, I think these effects are better. If you pull this off, this is a Ring of Obstruction, this is fantastic. Another monster for tribute. And lastly, Coughing Cellar. You know, super rare. Everybody knows the Helpful Hammer combo, and it can be pulled off. So it's really cool. Alright, so that's it for the Marik deck. Let me put this one here. So yeah, I hope, sorry that the video was like faster, but there were a lot of repeats, so I don't really have to mention a lot about this deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have tested different versions of this deck. That's why I feel kind of confident with this, even though I haven't tested this version specifically. I've seen the faults and everything. I didn't want to make up rules either, so yeah. So that's why only Card of Sanctity and Card of Last Will have like changed effects, and of course the Winged Rider of Ra has more like anime effects or stuff like that. But yeah, but that's about it. Everything else is played the exact same. Alright, and that's about it. I hope you guys liked the video. This is my version of the Marik deck, and stay tuned for more. I think the last two, the last two anime decks that I have so far. Alright, have a great day, guys. See you next time. Bye.